The AP reports that Haaretz, the daily newspaper in Israel, has reported that Israel built and exploded dirty bombs, which is essentially just bombs that are laced with nuclear material to study to see if these things actually are as dangerous as we have always presumed. I mean, for many years, we've always just taken it as an article of faith that dirty bombs exist or can exist. Or I should say, obviously they can exist, but are actually weapons that we should be concerned about above and beyond the idea of just a bomb, right? Because the story we've been told for at least the past 15 years is some guy smuggles in some nuclear material through a shipping container, puts it in a bomb that he makes with, that he makes off the internet with fertilizer or something, brings it into Midtown Manhattan, explodes it. Some people die from the explosion, not a big bomb, right? Because what it does is it puts all these particles up into the air and then essentially slowly kills people in a huge radius from New York City. Well, guess what? That's a fairy tale. The project conducted 20 detonations with explosives laced with a radioactive substance. Apparently, they used some type of mini drones to measure radiation levels. And it turns out high radiation was found at the center of the blast, while small particles carried by wind didn't pose serious danger, except for the psychological effect of such an attack. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that as a terrorist weapon, the only value of a thing called a dirty bomb is to get politicians to scare their own population into thinking that dirty bombs can actually kill people, or kill millions of people, or hundreds of thousands, or even tens of thousands of people, or even thousands of people. Apparently, they've been testing these things from 2010 to 2014. They also tested the consequences of a radiological substance left in a crowded area without being detonated. Remember, they would talk about they would put this into the air ducts. They'd put it into, the USA Mall or whatever that huge mall is. Everybody will get radiation poisoning. Well, it turns out that when it gets stuck into the ventilation system, it just gets stuck in the ventilation system. It doesn't actually blow out into everybody. So there you have it. Little late to test the premise, but I'm glad we know it was a fake. And then just as an add-on bonus, a couple of weeks ago, apparently, John Brennan, the head of the CIA director, was on Face the Nation. And had this little tidbit to drop. We have to recognize that sometimes our engagement and direct involvement will stimulate and spur additional threats to our national security interests. Nice to see that being admitted too. It's like it's just June, a month of truth. So many of the bases for us to go to war seem to have just fallen by the wayside in the past couple of weeks.